session will be taken by a senior course advisor. We'll talk more about the career related things. That is, let's say you're from a different career and want to switch into AWS, or if you're working in a different role in the IT field and you want to get into AWS, so how to do that and more about the training will be talked about at the end. So I'll be taking the session for like 20 minutes, and the last 5 minutes, that is after 20 minutes, let's have a Q&A for 5 minutes. Once I'm done with my Q&A, then I'll hand over this session. All right, you can, if you have any doubts in between, please put down it as a question, and I would be answering them as we go. All right. Okay, so I'll just cover these topics. So it's going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to cover one second, guys. Yeah, so I'm just going to cover these topics. That is why AWS. So why AWS, I'll just give a brush through why exactly you have to choose AWS, but you're already here and you would know little things about AWS and what exactly it is. So I'm just going to brush through why AWS, and then there is steps to learn, and then there is AWS certification path, which we'll be looking into like for the most time. All right. Okay. So why AWS? So AWS powers businesses in 190 plus countries. AWS has more than 1 million active users, and AWS provides 170 plus cloud services. So the first point is important, that is AWS powers businesses in 190 plus countries, because whatever country you are in, there are companies who are using AWS over there, and because of that, you are basically you can get a job in any one of those countries. I think you get the point here. So basically, AWS is pretty widespread as a cloud provider, and you can get a job in any country you're working in, even though AWS does not have a data center over there. And then AWS provides 170 cloud services. So the number of cloud services gets increased every year. The number of cloud services keep increasing every year. And so they provide new services or new features for the existing services, and the number just keeps increasing, never decreases. And then AWS has 1 million active users. So this is companies and users combined. It's just to show how popular AWS is. And then AWS dominates the public cloud market. It owns right now it owns around 32% of the public cloud market share. And Azure comes second, Google Cloud comes third, and Amazon is still dominating the market and will dominate the market for another coming 5 to 6 years. And after that, I'm not pretty sure what will happen, because according to the current stats, it will be at #1 for another 5 to 6 years. All right, and then coming to the right side, so you can just check out certain job portals. So I've checked out Simply Hired, Indeed, LinkedIn, LinkUp. So just for the solutions architect profile, there were 7,500 plus jobs. So just for one single profile at one particular time, there were these many jobs. Under AWS, there are so many different jobs available, and you can still go for them. All right, so there is an abundance of jobs, but there are very few trained and skilled AWS professionals. One more reason is, if you want to work in a top company, top MNC, so there is Netflix, there is Reddit, Salesforce, Pinterest, Twitch. If you want to work in any of these top companies, in that case, you would count AWS as a great bet. You can learn AWS and get into one of these companies pretty easily. Whenever there is a requirement, you can apply. If you have the right skills, you are obviously gonna get it. There's a question from Sashi, which I just want to answer it right now. Will I get recorded video? So basically, this particular webinar would be streamed on YouTube as well. So the entire webinar would be available on YouTube once this is done. So whatever questions you have, please try to put down and ask here itself. So basically, the answer is that yes, it will be available on YouTube. You can just go back and check it out once it's uploaded. All right. So the average salary for a solutions architect, for an AWS solutions architect in US is $122,000. In India, it's 7.3 lakhs per annum. So this again is from Glassdoor.com, and you can again go have a look at it if you still have certain doubts. So basically, the salary there you can only check out the average of any job profiles or any job domain salary, because basically you cannot get an accurate value of what exactly is the current job, current salary trends. So you can basically check the average of multiple job roles, let's say thousands, or in Glassdoor, there would be thousands of people basically entering their salary, and it would give you an average of them. So that average is taken and that average is shown here. All right. Okay, so this is the average salary, and that covers the Y part. So steps to learn AWS, again, this is pretty subjective. So it is subjective to the person who is taking up. So the way I learned was when I started with cloud, I basically learned the concepts of cloud computing. There is deployment models, service models, how exactly does cloud work, what is virtualization, and these basic topics I learned. And then you could learn the networking fundamentals. Networking fundamentals in the sense you could learn what is HTTP, what is an IP address, how is an IP address formed, what is CIDR notation, and then what is subnet masking. So you could basically so you could basically learn all the basic networking fundamental concepts. You can learn what is HTTP, as I told you, HTTPS, SSH, and all of these basic concepts could be learned. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. So once that is done, because let's say when you're getting into AWS, let's say you are launching a server. That particular server will have a public IP address, it will have a private IP address, it will have a DNS name. Yeah, so basically there will be so many networking topics and concepts talked about over there. Basically, you wouldn't have a hang of it if you do not understand the very basic concepts. So it's better to learn the basics, then start up learning the AWS services, and then you can basically start learning the AWS services from the very integral part. There is the integral AWS services. There is EC2, there is S3, there is RDS, there is CloudWatch, IAM. So these are the integral AWS services which you can start with. And then once done, before taking up the exam, you can basically start with the exam guide. So yeah, you can basically go with the exam guide, which is on the official site, and they will also provide you white papers. So white papers are basically like a complete theoretical understanding of what AWS is and what that AWS concept is. So for example, if you want to learn about AWS security, there is a white paper for that. If you want to learn about the best practices on AWS on various aspects, again, there's a white paper for that. So if you want to understand certain concepts in real depth, then you can take up white papers and you can learn them. Is there no audio, guys? I hope I'm audible, because Anthony, I think I'm audible because I just checked my microphone again. Also from Aishwarya and Tushar, there are some questions, so please wait. I'll just finish up some parts. Otherwise, the session will drag. So I'll just finish up the parts pretty quickly, and I'll answer your questions. All right. So these are again subjective. As I told you, you can just learn it however you want, but learn the fundamentals first. So that would be even better for you guys. All right. So now talking about the certifications, these are the various certifications which AWS provides. There is the foundational certification, which is AWS Cloud Practitioner. So Cloud Practitioner is completely theoretical. It covers all the AWS concepts, but it is completely theoretical. You don't need to have any practical knowledge to clear this particular exam. The fundamental AWS knowledge is more than enough to clear this, but it is not a prerequisite for any of the associate exams. You can directly take up the associate exam, and I would suggest you, let's say, if you actually want to take up the foundational, then go for it. If not, I would suggest you to directly take up the associate certification, either solutions architect, SysOps administrator, or developer. So I'll explain each of those certifications, and I'll tell you who can go for what certification. You don't have to worry about that. So now the thing I wanted to convey here is that these three don't have any prerequisites. So Cloud Practitioner is not the prerequisite to any of those associate certifications. But The professional certifications are really tough and much more advanced than the associate certifications. So you cannot directly take them up. For example, if you take the Solutions Architect Associate certification and clear it, and then you can go for the professional. Same thing goes with operations and same thing goes with the SysOps admin and the developer associate certifications. So again, same thing. You can after associate, you can also go for a specialty certification in one particular concept or one particular category. Let's say you are a networking engineer and your company is completely shifted to AWS right now, and you want to uh, become a better networking engineer and also make sure you get a promotion or a high. In that case, you can go for the advanced networking certification. And then there is security, there is data analytics, database, Alexa, skill builder, machine learning. So you can take up the specialty certifications as well. All right. Okay, so now let's talk about the 3 associate certifications in detail. And before that, I'll just give you this small information. So right now, guys, so all the exams, all the certifications will have similar types of exams. That is multiple choice and multiple answers. And this is the associate for associate type of examinations. And one more common, I'll just talk about the common things. So in all the examinations, it's multiple choice, multiple answer. The delivery method, there are 2 methods available right now. One is the testing center where you go in person and write it over there. Or you can right now, due to the pandemic and due to the lockdowns right now, so they have provided online proctored examinations. That is, you can take up your exam from your home. And I think that's better than going to a testing center and giving your exam. You can give the exam in your comfort of your home, and right now would be the right time to take up the certification, guys. Okay, so now other things, the types, you can just check it out here. This is associate, professional, specialty. The time allotted for associate is 130 minutes. For these 2, it's 170 minutes. Cost is 150 USD, and for for professional and specialty, it is 300 USD. And for example, before taking up the associate exam, let's say you want to practice it and you want to be confident enough before giving the actual exam, so it will cost you 20 USD. You can take up the associate examination. You can take up a practice examination, which would be of the same difficulty as the actual examination. And once you are sure that you can clear the examination, then you can go for the actual one. All right. Okay. So now talking about the main certification. So again, guys, I'll finish up this part and then I'll answer your questions. Please put down your questions. I'll be answering them. So please wait. I'll take another 5 minutes to explain this and then I'll be answering your questions. Okay. So now what I'm going to talk about is AWS Certified Solutions Architect certification. Then there is SysOps and then there is developer. So who can take up what certification? So now Solutions Architect. So for Solutions Architect, you would have to know one high-level programming language. You would have to know how to code in one high-level programming language. That is, it could be Java, it could be C#, it could be Python. It doesn't matter. It could be C++, but you would need to know one programming language. But to clear the examination, obviously, you don't need a programming language. But let's say you have the certification, and after that, you're applying for a job. So in that case, they would ask you to know one programming language at least. So one programming language would be necessary. You don't have to be a complete developer. You don't have to be a full stack developer. But knowing how to code in one language is necessary and enough for the solutions architect profile, the solutions architect role. But to clear the examination, so basically to clear all of these examinations, you do not need any programming knowledge. You do not need any previous SQL knowledge, or you do not need any previous networking knowledge or anything. Anyway, you will be learning the cloud services. So, yeah. Okay, so now in this case, it would be one programming language. So if you are willing to do that, so let's say you are interested in learning a programming language and you are interested to code as well. So then this profile would be the right, this particular certification would be the right certification for you. I told you not complete software development, just one programming language for a solutions architect. So in that case, if you are interested in that, you take up the solutions architect certification. Then there is SysOps. So SysOps does not cover any programming language. It is just the administrator role. In this case, you would be administering the entire AWS cloud. Basically, for let's say for your company would be running servers, database servers. Your company would be running. Your company would have a storage bucket. Your company would have data warehouses. So they would have so many different services, and basically you will be administering and monitoring and managing all of them. So in this case, there is no need for programming language. Anybody could take up this particular certification. And again, as I said, for clearing the certification, you don't have to know anything else. You just have to learn for the certification and clear it. But when it comes to the job profile, it changes. For solutions architect, you would need one programming language. But for SOPs administrator, you would just need AWS knowledge and some Linux admin, basically some administration knowledge. That is how to administer a Linux operating system, how to administer Windows operating system. All right. Okay. Then there is certified developer. So for this particular certification, I'll just talk about the certification first, then go to the job role. So basically, just for the certification, you don't need anything to clear. You just have to know how software development works. But the thing I wanted to say here is, so if you want to become an AWS developer after completing the certification, you would need to have software development knowledge. That is, you should be able to create a complete application from scratch, and that application should be created so that it is compatible with the AWS cloud. I hope you get the point. So basically, you're creating an application which will be launched or deployed on the AWS cloud, and to be deployed on the AWS cloud, you should create that application in order that it is compatible with the AWS cloud. So for this particular certification and this particular job role, if you are interested in software development and also cloud, in that case, take up this certification. So other two, I think I've given you a pretty good idea of who can take up what. So solutions architect, one programming language. SysOps admin, no programming language at all. You can directly go for it. Certified developer, software development is required, that you should be able to create a complete application which will be deployed on the cloud, But it doesn't matter what software development you're into. So let's say you could build Android applications, you could build web applications, you could build desktop applications, or anything else, fine. But you should know software development to get into AWS development. All right. So these are the three associate certifications, guys. So as I've given you a good idea, I guess, on who can take a what certification. So if you want to associate yourself with one programming language, go for solutions architect. And as a solutions architect, you will be creating environments and architectures on the AWS cloud. Then there is a SOPs administrator. So for this particular job role, you would be administering the entire AWS cloud. And when you talk about the entire AWS cloud, you basically would be monitoring the servers, the database engines, and all the other AWS resources, and programming knowledge is not required. And finally, developer here, it has the name developer itself. So you would be creating applications which would be basically cloud-based applications which would be running on the AWS infrastructure. And for that, you should know development as well as AWS. So these are the three certifications which you can go for, guys. All right. Okay. So now, before answering your question, so basically you can check out Intellipaat's blogs and the YouTube channel where we have free content, and you can directly start learning from those free content itself. Yeah, so that would be a good starting point. Let's say you want to start from the very basic, you can start from the just one second. Yeah, you can basically start from Intellipaat's YouTube channel, or you can just start from Intellipaat's blogs. That is intellipaat.com/blog. And also there's one more website Intellipaat provides. We also provide certain free courses, foundational courses with certificates. You can visit intellipaat.com/academy, where there are foundational courses. So you can complete them and get the certification as well. And as I told you, they are foundational. They are not advanced courses. Yeah, so you can check out intellipaat.com/academy as well. So now I'll answer your questions. Okay, so there are around 3 questions right now. You guys can still put more questions if whoever has any doubt on the certification or on AWS itself. If you have any technical question also, you can put down. I'll be able to answer them. All right, so the first question is from Aishwarya. So solutions architect is for experienced or freshers, can also get into this position. So basically, both. Okay, voice is not clear. Okay, I'll speak a little louder. So solutions architect profile. So it's basically for both experienced or freshers. So why basically we talk about what's that called? So here I think you would have this confusion because it is written as 1 year of experience, right? So basically, they would ask 1 year of experience because you should be able to do hands-on and work on the AWS cloud itself. So to do that, you would need certain hands-on experience. So hands-on experience can be gained by practicing and learning it itself. So you could take it as an experienced person also, and also as a fresher. From Tushar, can I get a job after course completion? Which will be provided by AWS without exam or exam is needed, certified provided by Intellipaat. So basically, so this question I can answer, that is the course from Intellipaat. Once you complete, you will be getting this certification from Intellipaat, and then you will have to take up the official examination. So the course which we cover will cover all the concepts, will give you all the hands-on experience, will give you all the projects which you need to have a complete idea of AWS. And in that case, you will have complete hands-on experience, which you can basically implement and clear the examination. So that's how it works. There's a question from Sashi. Intellipaat course advisor, take me AWS certified DevOps engineer, but I don't have any IT knowledge. So, okay, so this one, I'm just going to leave this question here, and I'll give you a small idea. So certified DevOps engineer, in the sense, what happens here is, first you will be taught the very, very basics. That is, you will be having preparatory sessions. You will be taught the Linux, you will be taught Python. So you will be taught the very basic, and then you will be taught AWS. Only if you complete AWS, then DevOps will be taught, and then AWS DevOps tools will be taught. So basically, your next move, let's say that you completed AWS. Let's say you get a job in AWS as an AWS Solutions Architect or a developer. Your next career path would lead you to DevOps engineering role. So it's better to have all the experience and knowledge, because even though you become a AWS Solutions Architect, there will be certain requirements for DevOps tools, and if you know the DevOps tools, you can basically easily get a promotion in the company you're working for, right? So I think that's why they would have asked you to take up the certified DevOps engineer, because it covers all the required concepts for AWS engineering job roles and also DevOps engineering job roles. Okay. So there is a question from Ifatullah Samuel. So it's basically, can I start learning before going for the exam? AWS developer, right? Yeah, so that's how it works. So you'll have to learn and be confident before you take up the exam. Once you learn and once you're confident enough to take up the exam, then you go for it. That's how it works. So AWS developer, yes. So you don't have to learn programming or anything at the beginning, because the examination will completely have questions from AWS itself. How to, let's say you're launching an application, how to host it on AWS. So I'm just giving you a very simple example. So there are so much more. When you learn AWS, you'll get to know more. So you'll be asked questions from the AWS service itself. You won't be asked questions from any other external question. So basically, you'll be able to clear them up pretty easily if you prepare for the AWS developer exam. All right. So, okay. Okay, guys, I think I'm done with my part of the session. Okay, so I hope you guys have got enough knowledge from me. I hope I've cleared your doubts on what certification you can go for and what certification you can take up. So now please wait for another 10 to 20 seconds. Senior course advisor would be joining in a couple of minutes, and they'll be giving you more information about certification, the career, and more about the training. So thank you so much, guys. See you in another session.
Hello all. I hope everyone is doing great and well. I'm Satish. I'm your senior course advisor, okay, from Intellipaat, I'm one of the senior mentor with Intellipaat, and I hold more than a decade and a year of experience into education consulting. So I've just made my valuable presence just to ensure that all the participants over here are getting benefited in terms of their right career path or the right career goals, or if anyone is confused on the right options that the learner has to choose in terms of their career or in terms of their career path pertaining to cloud and DevOps technology. All right. So I'm more glad to answer each and everyone's queries. So guys, am I audible to everyone? Before that, before commencing my discussion, I wanted to check with everyone. Am I audible to everyone, guys? All right. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for the response. Let's quickly get into the discussion. So, guys, as I said before, I'm just going to take just valuable 10 minutes of your time, especially for the participants who might be having a lot of queries, clarifications in terms of their career path that they have to structureize or that they have to design, okay, or how they want to commence their career, okay, who are looking out for upskilling in the technology of cloud and DevOps, okay. So I'm here to provide you a solution, what we can able to offer or what Intellipaat can able to offer to all the participants. All right. So I hope the session would have been more highly insightful, delivered by our SME, okay, who also is also an industry expert. And I hope the session was highly insightful. So let me just offer you the solution, what Intellipaat or how Intellipaat mentorship can able to reach your goals in a short span of time. So once you go to our site, I request everyone to go to our site, Intellipaat. I hope everyone could be able to see a search bar, search from 150 plus experts made courses. In the search bar, just type AWS and click on enter. You can see various listings pertaining to the AWS certifications what Intellipaat offers, right? So in this case, you can able to see the first course, AWS certification training course for solutions architect. All right, I request you to open that in a new tab. All right, and you can also just scroll down and you can also see other program. Okay, so let's talk about this program. There is AWS certification training for solutions architect. So especially learners who are willing to upgrade themselves, okay, into the field of cloud or in the field of AWS, they can commence their learning in a basic level, in the primary level certification training, which would be AWS certification training for solution architecture. As our industrial SME suggested, this program would be completely sufficient your goals on a short term or on a long term basis when you want to lay your career into the completely or expand your horizons in the cloud platform precisely. So, and this is the India's first AWS course, which is validated and accredited by NASSCOM Future Skills, and it aligns as per the industry standards. So, so this program is completely meant for you to crack the Solution Architect Associate exam, okay, to become an AWS Certified Solutions Architect. And you can also able to see it's ranked as #1 cloud program by India Today. Yes, this program is ranked as #1 cloud program by India Today with reference to the intense technical mentorship, or in terms of the faculty's prospects, in terms of the curative program curriculum, and also in terms of the career outcome, in terms of placement statistics of the learners. And this program is a joint collaboration with NASSCOM Future Skills Academy and Intellipaat. And the learners are entitled to get Linux e-learning courses complimentary. And on top of it, everything is going to be taught to you from the scratch over here. And you're going to get the optimum mentorship under the mentorship of an industrial SME, who are going to train you on the Linux topics first, and then they'll be deep diving into the AWS topics upon enrollment. Let me just quickly take you through the program curriculum, which is more vital today. All right. See, as I said before, the programs has been structured in such a manner that everything is going to be taught to you from the basics till the advanced level. So in the basics, you're going to be taught on introduction to cloud computing and AWS, which is going to be the first module #1 for you. Right here, you will be able to see what is cloud computing, cloud service and deployment models, how AWS is the leader. So everything is going to be taught to you from the basic level, that is from the scratch. Okay, what is cloud computing, why cloud computing, what is the necessity of cloud computing, what are the cloud services available, and what are the deployment models available, why enterprises prefer AWS today, how AWS became the market leader. So everything is going to be taught to you from the scratch as well, and you'll also be exposed or introduced to a various cloud services, AWS cloud services like S3, EC2, VPC, EBS, ELB, AMI, which you'll be learning in depth from the scratch. And if you deep dive into it, and the module number 2 will be deep diving into elastic computing and storage volumes, and load balancing, auto scaling, and DNS, virtual private cloud, where you'll be learning to what is Amazon's VPC, okay, how to build a virtual private cloud, how to create a virtual private cloud with subnets, everything. And finally, you'll also be having some essence in terms of migration part and databases and in-memory data stores. And you can also see a few modules would have been added in e-learning for you, where you will also be learning to understand how to deploy Devops on AWS cloud in e-learning, okay, which would be adding more value to your profile, okay, after getting into a job as a AWS cloud engineer or a developer or a associate level roles. When you get into AWS, these additional skill sets, module 11 to 14, will be adding more value to your profile. So that is why the programs or that specific contents has been added in the e-learning for you to add more value to your profile or to add more spiciness to your job role, precisely, right? And let me deep diving into the program curriculum. All right, I'm sorry, let deep diving into the offerings and services. Okay, so guys, this is one of the most prestigious and comprehensive certification, okay, offered in collaboration with Future Skills Academy, which is a NASCOM initiative organization as well. And in this program, you are entitled to get 36 hours of instructor-led live instructor-led online classroom training. Yeah, I got a thing. Can you minimize the live chat window in your screen share? Yes, sure, I'll do it. Thanks for intimating me. Right. Yeah, I hope now my screen is very clear. I hope you can able to see my screen now. All right. Yeah, so yes, okay, now hopefully it should be very clear, I guess. So so as I said before, this is completely a practical program, guys. This is not a theoretical program where an industrial SME would be just putting a PowerPoint slide and they'll be just teaching you. It's not going to work like that. It's completely going to be an experiential learning for you. And when I say experiential, it's nothing but once an industrial SME teaches you a concept, let's take S3 or EC2, okay, etc., whatever it may be, okay, immediately you'll be made to work on the cloud lab immediately, to practice the things, to apply the thought process, whatever you have gained in this 20 to 25 minutes of time. So like this, module by module, you'll be made to work on intense hands-on, and that's why this program or Intellipaat program is globally recognized for its practical mentorship. And this is completely a core practical mentorship program, where the mentorship focus would be too close to 70 to 80% of the mentorship is only practicals, because theoretical aspects will not help you in any phase of your career on a longer run, right? See guys, trust me, you can learn AWS freely on YouTube also, but if you don't know to implement the right problem solving approach in the real time, your entire knowledge goes on vain as well. So that is where an industrial SME and globally recognized education training service provider comes into the picture, to train you, mold you as per the job market requirements, and we prepare you what is required in the industrial market, right? Okay, and adding to it, as I said before, this is completely 36 hours of instructor-led live interactive online classroom training. Classes will be only on the weekends as well as weekdays. We have two batches, two independent different batches, where learners are entitled to choose any of their batches. And trust me guys, this is completely a flexible schedule model classroom training, online classroom training, where each and every learner is entitled to attend as many batches or as many classes as they want throughout their life, right? Okay, they can attend the sessions infinite number of times throughout their life. There are no restrictions on it. For example, let's take if any of the learner, A or B or C, anyone who's enrolling for this upcoming weekend batch on Saturdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. So let's take the program duration. If a learner enrolls for this weekend sessions, it's going to be for 36 hours, which is ideally for 6 weekends. So let's take a learner enrolls, and let's a learner goes with the sessions for 2 weeks or 3 weeks consecutively. Unfortunately, the 4th week, if the learner is stuck up with some project commitments or work course or some other personal commitments or personal engagements, if they happen to miss out sessions, what to do? Don't worry, there is a break in the mentorship. Okay, you have an option to reach out to our 24/7 support team, mentioning your reason, and we shall able to schedule you in a new different batch with a new different trainer for the certification. So for this training, so once again, you can start learning the things once again from the scratch. You can start learning the things once again from the scratch. So like this, you have the flexibility to attend as many classes or as many batches as you want throughout your life. Trust me, guys, no one offers in the market except us. Point number one. Second, and on top of it, if you miss out sessions, what is the next other alternative options? Whatever the live interactive sessions you're attending, the recordings of those live interactive sessions will also be given to you or provided to you in your LMS within 12 to 24 hours. These live interactive sessions are also lifetime free accessible for you. Right, and on top of it, each and every learner is entitled to get 40 hours of self-paced videos. So this 40 hours of self-paced videos comprises of high quality e-learning video tutorials prepared by the industrial SMEs as per the certification requirement as well as the industrial job market standards. So these course materials will be comprising the pre-recorded sessions in the form of e-learning videos, PDFs and PPTs, and everything is going to be taught to you from the scratch precisely. All right, and on top of it, if you could see, these course materials are lifetime free accessible and lifetime free upgradable as mentioned over here. The course materials are available throughout your LMS, in your LMS throughout your life, even after 2 years or 3 years getting into a job after completing the program. If you have any doubts, then you can just refer the live session recordings. You can refer the e-learning videos as well, so that your doubts are getting resolved. Or you also have the flexibility to attend the sessions infinite number of times throughout your life. Even after a year down the line or 2 years down the line, if you have any doubts related to your project, but related to confining to this content, if you have any doubt, you're more glad to reach out to the support team, and you shall take up the sessions once again with us at free of cost. So this is a lifetime mentorship what Intellipaat offers to its learners, and that's why Intellipaat can able to expand its professional horizons in a very short span of time as being into one of the global edtech players in the market, right? And on top of it, if you could see, during the training hours, any doubts as per this session, any doubts, it's going to be an on-spot or on-call doubt clarification facilities available for you. And apart from the training hours or apart from the session hours, any doubts, first, you can refer the live session recordings. Second, you can refer the e-learning videos. 99% your doubts will be resolved. But then also, if you have any doubts, you can reach out to the telephonic. You can just reach out to the support team, where our support team works 24/7. So where you will be provided with one-on-one mentor support, telephonic support, live chat support, WhatsApp support, and email support available for you to resolve your real-time doubt clarifications. There will not be any hurdles in your learning. All right, which we are very clear on it. All right, and adding to it, as I said to you before, it's a practical program. So how am I justifying myself in terms of practicals? Yes, this program you'll be exposed to work on approximately close to 5 to 6 global case studies, and these case studies will be giving you a complete clarity understanding to you on how Fortune 500 MNCs are handling the challenges in AWS. So at the end of the day, why and how the companies are going to recruit you, that really matters a lot. So when they are recruiting you, they are not just, it's more conventional way they just see your profile in Naukri or Monster, where they just come and see, okay, you've done a course in AWS, okay, let me just screen you, and after post screening, they'll just schedule a call with the manager, tech manager, and once you are can able to answer 1 or 2 technical questions, you're in. No, that was a conventional way of approach of recruitment. Now the job market is more and more target specific in terms of recruitment. What they expect is something beyond. Trust me, even the college 3rd year, pre-final year and final year students know what is AWS today. Especially fresh graduates, newbies who wants to make their career into IT industry, they learn AWS this course to get a job into this IT industry as a cloud engineer. So you have to be something very different in terms of getting a job or fetching a job. All right. So that is what they will be expecting is they'll be checking what you can able to offer to the enterprise on their place. So they'll be checking on your problem solving capacity. If in a real-time basis, if your client is encountering any issues in terms of AWS implementation, you should go and resolve the issues over there, optimizing the project performance or optimizing the business performance and retaining the business, right? That is where you're going to be paid a lot. That's where you're going to be valued a lot. And in terms of hands-on, you should be expertise in terms of hands-on. You should be well-versed in terms of hands-on. And this is why this program will be completely making your hands dirty in terms of your relevant hands-on experience, in terms of the real-time projects, as well as the case studies, which will be from diverse industries like manufacturing, product industry, service, e-commerce, supply chain industry, healthcare industry, retail industry, media industry, and banking and finance industry. So learning with multiple case studies, with multiple exposure, this will give you a better, more clarity understanding to you on how AWS is being used in different diverse industries, and how the implementation varies, and how the client requirement varies. This will give you a global perspective knowledge on cloud. This will help you to drive your career in cloud technology for the next 15 years minimum. Right. All right. So these are the things what the enterprise look forward. So in that aspect also, we have a value added feature where no one offers in the market, where Intellipaat stands out of the crowd, is called as peer learning. See, even though we believe our industrial SMEs can help you to reach your career goals, okay, to be well versed with AWS, we also believe that our fellow batchmates learning will also be enhancing your learning experience. For example, you are going to meet people from different diverse nationalities and diverse cultures. You can also see people from with diverse requirements. Okay, you can introduce yourself. They will be introducing themselves. You can understand their profile, their requirements, and it's completely knowledge sharing platform. And hackathons will be conducted, and major announcements will be posted on the platform. You have an option to interact with them, to work on the group projects, group assignments, and this will be enhancing your professional experience also, professional connects also. And they might refer you for a job, you can refer them for a job. This is completely a collaborative learning which will be enhancing your learning experience, making this learning as an evergreen one. Okay. And next, finally, here comes the certification. So as our industry SME said that, okay, so the course is completely designed for you to crack AWS Solution Architect exam. Okay, and this program is aligned as per the NASSCOM standard. So that's where you're going to be certified by a joint certificate from Future Skills as well as with Intellipaat, and stating that you have completed the course in AWS Solution Architect Associate. Right, and adding to it, the registration process for the exams are supporting. We are more glad to help you on it. And on top of it, if you could also see, we also, yes, I have a question from Shashi. Okay, what about the lab facilities for practicals? Yes, Shashi. Okay, first of all, for all the learners, we help them to create a AWS free account, okay, which will be valid for a year's time. And adding to it would be really great if you can able to make use of your cloud account in a more and more wise manner without opting out for any extra special services which is not required. Okay, so and adding to it, on using the cloud lab access on a wise manner, obviously you can able to make your hands completely dirty enough in order to be an expertise in AWS. No harms on it. And we help you to create your AWS cloud account also. Okay, so that would be there for you. Nothing to worry on it, Shashi. Yeah, I hope I have answered your question. And the next, let's see on the next question. Yeah, okay, fine. So, and this is the thing which is all about AWS. And adding to it, the reference to the job, yes, Intellipaat always doesn't disappoint their learners in terms of the job assistance. So first, what we'll be doing is we'll be providing you a moral and pivotal assistance in terms of resume and LinkedIn profile preparation, and sharing some frequently asked interview questions. And then we train them on the interview questions too, and conduct some mock interview sessions as well for your clarity to optimize your business performance precisely. Right. So this is the first primary option for any learner who wants to learn AWS only in a beginner level. All right, see, trust me, for example, let's take, if you're you would have been already getting approximately close to yeah, let's take if you're let's take you're drawing a package of, let's take INR, okay, 50,000 irrespective of the industry. Okay, and if you wanted to take up AWS, for sure, okay, this experience what you have worked, okay, will be accounted irrespective whether it is an IT or non-IT industry, and this will be counted. And adding to it, this AWS learning or taking up AWS, okay, which might be helpful for you in terms of 25% hike. Let's take just for an example. Okay, it's a basic minimum level 20 to 25%. That also depends on the MNC's market requirements, also as well as your interview performance as well. So, but when you go with other extravagant certification like AWS Masters, you can expect more hike. Okay, so which you can expect. Minimum 35 to 40% might be, okay, where our learners have recorded in the previous past also. All right, so if you're looking out for, if you're drawing a package of 50K and if you're expecting something like 1 lakh or 80K or 90K, only this course will not help you to surface your goals, because you wanted to be an expert in it. Okay, if you wanted to be a more expert in the technology of AWS, not only the solution architecture part, because AWS has various segmentations in terms of solution architecture, developer, SysOps, precisely focusing on administration, migration, okay, and in terms of DevOps architecture and deployment of DevOps on AWS, these are the additional facets or segmentation, okay, pertaining to the AWS domain, what you're going to learn, right? So for that, learners who are aspiring to be in a much more meaty role as something in the decision-making role in a very short span of time, ideally giving time, who are very clear that they want to be an expertise in the technology of AWS, I would suggest them to go with this course, which is called as the AWS Certification Master's course. All right, and here you're going to be recognized by IBM directly as a DevOps engineer. This is a program which is offered in collaboration with IBM directly, and you will be certified by IBM as a DevOps engineer over here. All right, and this program is much more comprehensive, right? So, and if you could see, if you wanted to learn everything pertaining to AWS from the scratch, from the basics of Linux, this would be the more meatiest program, and that would be sufficing your thirst in terms of your knowledge pertaining to AWS precisely. As I said before, let me just quickly take you through the program curriculum, right? And this program looks more and more lucrative and comprehensive for the professionals, where you will be expanding your horizons in all the topics of AWS. AWS developer, SysOps, solution architect, cloud migration, DevOps training or DevOps architecture, and deployment of DevOps on AWS cloud. So guys, my sincere advice as a mentor holding more than a decade and a year of experiences, today 95% of the MNCs are outsourcing MNCs today. Okay, in one project, if they use AWS, okay, and for sure they expect you to have an in-depth knowledge in AWS. So for the next upcoming project, or in the next upcoming other project in the enterprise, okay, if you don't have the bandwidth in the same project by AWS, they'll move you to other project so that you can keep on sustaining your career in a very stringent manner for the next 20 years. Okay, so this will mold you as an authentic expertise in AWS, because in IT there is a saying, rather being a jack in all the domains, be an expert in a single domain. That quote, okay, will be ideally fitting you on this program for you. So rather learning all the things, whatever your friend says or whatever the social network says, okay, take one technology, be an expert in it. Okay, no one can beat you for the next 15 years. You can easily able to drive it up. And one more thing, learn the technology when it is highly hot. Today, cloud is very hot. Even non-IT professionals can able to make a successful career transition, and mostly smoother career transition. Right? Learning AWS would be the best option for you in today's market, because AWS is well versed anyway. And to be honest and transparent, if you wanted to know really the prospects of AWS, Intellipaat website works on AWS cloud. This is the most layman example what I can get it on your place. See, Intellipaat is a completely core tech organization, but we have the need for AWS to make our websites more and more streamlined and more to improvise the user experience. So that is where AWS comes into the picture. AWS occupies a global market leader, and it occupies majority of the shares. Majority of the enterprises are aligned with AWS. So the job market is very high. The clients of AWS will be hiring you to implement the same, right? And the prospects in AWS are very high. So if you're really looking out for this program in much more meaty role, so you can just have a look at the overview. This program comprises covers all the modules of AWS, starting and teaching everything from the Linux. So first of all, once you enroll for this program, first we'll be teaching you on Linux from the scratch for initial 3 weekends to get aligned with the proprietary, and then you'll be deep diving into the solution architect, cloud migration, SysOps, DevOps, developer, and DevOps architecture precisely. So, and finally, self-paced courses, Azure fundamentals, because on a futuristic approach, this course has been designed. I'll tell you why. Because upon completion of being an expertise yourself in AWS, with the next after 7 years or 8 years, you might be switching on to expand your horizons in the field of or in the cloud technology of Azure. So that's why we give you the basement foundation called Azure fundamentals over here, which is completely going to be a Microsoft course completion certificate you're entitled to get in this course for Azure 900. And that's why AZ 900 is given to you over here, which you can upskill in AZ 900 also. Anyway, these self-paced courses are complementary, which might be adding more value to your profile in the technology of cloud and DevOps. And adding to it, so let's see who can apply for the course. For sure, individuals, this is for you guys, individuals who wish to revamp their skills to build a career in AWS solutions are more glad and more welcome to apply or to learn about this course or to learn this certification. And adding to it, see, today every guy, okay, or every person, every man or every woman, okay, has a place in the IT industry. All right. Okay. And why? Because especially in cloud, because cloud technology is used in IT as well as non-IT industry. Intellipaat is a non-IT industry where we are completely a global tech player and we use cloud today. Right. So the career prospects are huge as well. So obviously you're good to go, and this is the right time for you to learn and expand your horizons in the team or in the field of AWS, so that in the next 2 quarters or 3 quarters down the line, you might be having some good meaty offers in hand, which you can able to plan your career and drive your career accordingly. So sooner you upskill when the market is hot, sooner you can get placed, guys. Simple as such. And these are some of the meaty roles what our learners will be getting placed on completion of this program. These are the designations or the roles that our learners have recorded upon completion of this AWS Masters course. You can see various verticals focusing on administrator level role, or if you wanted to be only on the infrastructure path, AWS Infrastructure Manager. If you want to be in the core operations, you're more welcome to work as AWS Devops Operations Manager or AWS Devops Engineer, or you can also work in the much more core meaty role, something like a solution architect or a developer or cloud engineer kind of roles precisely. Okay. So this program would be aligning your complete bandwidth where you have multiple career options to choose in AWS. More the skill sets you have, more proficient or safe your career is going to be. So I'll also tell you, especially there would be various learners who are looking out for ideal career transition. Okay, let's take let's take an example. If a learner is there, all right, is there any question? Yeah, so let's take a learner is there, or let's take a inquirer is there among us, okay, who might be having a thought process it. Okay, Satish, I'm having 7+ or 8 years of experience, okay, in a different technology. Let's take I'm an administrator. Okay, now I'm a Linux administrator or Windows administrator. Am I eligible to take up AWS? Yes, for sure, you have to take AWS, which would be the best option for you. So why? What would be the plus or what would be the challenges? There are no much big challenges for you, because your 8 years of experience as an administrator in IT will be counted, because you already know what is corporate etiquette, you know what, or you know what is client etiquette, you know project handling, you know project or client servicing, customer service, customer success, importance of client delivery, project deployment. These are the skill sets in pertaining to IT infrastructure that's already there in your profile, and you're also from administration background. And learning cloud is just going to be an additive topic for you, which will help you to drive your career without compromising your professional legacy. So 8 years of experience as an administrator, you can expand your professional structure as a tech lead or a team lead or operations manager or infrastructure manager kind of roles, or AWS DevOps engineer, which is a much more meaty role. Okay, and senior engineers or senior AWS DevOps engineers. Okay, junior architect. Okay, AWS infrastructure architect. So there are much more meaty roles and meaty career paths available in AWS technology. And the biggest thing is, okay, first biggest positive thing is you'll not be treated as a pressure. Second thing is, the challenge you might say, I won't tell it as a big challenge, but the challenge you might have face it is when you're getting into AWS, you might have to go and work with the professionals who are already there into the same technology for 5 to 6 years. So what is that? How am I going to handle? Yes, for that is why this program plays a vital role for you, because having multiple skill sets will be giving you more self-confidence as well, and will also your profile would be building a very big trust to the enterprises, that they would have the mindset to optimize you to the core, paying you a lot and make you to work in a much more meaty role to meet the business requirements. And you will also be provided with a much more meaty designation, so you can compete with the professionals who are already there into AWS, where you will be enhancing your professional journey. So my sincere suggestions, you can also consider this program a lot than the previous one, right? And just taking you through the skills, some of the highlighted skills there, you can able to see about 3 to 4 skill sets, because that was confined to solution architecture. Here you can see the expanded horizons of numerous skill sets that you're going to master in. That also includes Git, Ansible, Puppet, Jenkins, precisely, and Docker as well, right? And you also scroll down, you can also see various tools. Okay, this program would be covering you approximately 10 to 15 tools, what you're going to learn on this program. Okay, so this DevOps tools knowledge will also be giving you or molding you as an authentic expertise professional in the technology of AWS and DevOps. And you can just go through the curriculum as it covers everything. And guys, trust me, offering services remains the same. Okay, pricing and the duration alone varies. Simple as such. So let me quickly deep dive into the course offerings. that program is 36 hours, which is 6 weekends. Here it is 251 hours, and the same weekend, weekday batch, both are available. And here, same flexible schedule. You can attend the sessions infinite number of times until you are getting satisfied or convinced for all the 6 live session topics. And 204 hours of self-paced videos. There it is approximately 30 to 35 hours of self-paced videos, which is lifetime free accessible, lifetime free upgradable. There it is 4 to 5 case studies and 2 to 3 real-time projects. Here it is approximately close to 25 plus global business case studies with 51 plus industrial real-time projects. And on top of it, adding an icing to the cake, you will also be working on an industrial capstone project as well. All right. So upon your own industry, on your area of liking, implementing all your 5 months or 6 months of learning on industrial capstone project, where you will be providing solutions to the corresponding client, and which will mold you as an authentic solution architect by profession to justify your career in a much more better manner pertaining to AWS and everything. And as concerned the certificate, here you will be getting 9 individual course completion certificate with 1 industrial certification from IBM, where you'll be certified as a Devops engineer. As this program is offered in collaboration with IBM, let me zoom in for you. Right, you can see this is the program certificate which you're going to get from IBM directly, because Intellipaat is a global authorized training service partner for IBM, where we are successfully maintaining the professional legacy since multiple years, since a decade. And this program is completely meant for you to crack all these certifications, AWS pertaining certification. This is a one-stop repository to suffice your goals. And one more thing, many people might ask me, okay, used to ask me, Satish, is this certifications mandate to make a career transition? My answer would be no. I'll tell you why. See, first of all, being a professional, when you're getting into AWS, you don't know what role you're going to be get placed, whether you're going to be placed as a developer or a solution architecture or sysops or a migration expert or migration engineer or in a DevOps engineer. What kind of role? You might not be aware of it. After getting into a project, before the project onset, the end user will be posting the requirements. Right, that this person or this developer or this learner or this professional has to go ahead with this and this exams. At that point of time, you can register with the AWS for if there is any exam requirement. And this program, again, you can retake the sessions for the corresponding topic with this, because this program has the flexibility to attend the sessions infinite number of times, number one. And this program would also be sufficing your goals in terms of a smoother career transition, also in terms of sufficing your real-time goals. All right, and same peer learning, everything comes into the picture. Industrial case studies, industrial capstone project, and career services. Career services much more highly quantitative over here, because this program we give you an upfront commitment of guaranteed 2 to 3 interview calls once you complete 80% of the course. So ideally 6 live session topics. If you complete this 4 live session topics, we promise you guaranteed interview calls from the MNCs for a quicker job change or to get into a new job, into a meaty role. It's our upfront commitment what we offer it for all the learners. It's officially mentioned in the website, guys. Once again, reiterating it, this program comes up with guaranteed 2 to 3 interview calls, and the placement percentage for this program with Intellipaat is more than 96.7%. And precisely, this program learners have been placed in various different industries, which I'll be discussing it in the next 1 or 2 minutes of time. And now let me just take you to the career services, because the career services offerings is not the same as what we do for normal individual programs. So first of all, upon completion of the 6 live session topics, we would be arranging exclusive career mentorship discussions for you with the industry experts. These career mentors will be sitting with you and they'll be advising you on the right career path, right career curve that you have to focus for the next 10 to 15 years. What are the companies you can target? How much is a package you can expect? What should be your ideal designation curve? And what should be the ideal career options or career outcomes that you can focus after 10 to 15 years? Okay. For example, see, apart from your full-time job, there are also other options where you can work as a cloud solutions professional, or in terms of a freelancing consultant or a cloud consultant. There are various multiple roles which is always open for you. So apart from your full-time job, for medium level MNCs, large scale MNCs, they go with outsourcing the projects in terms of migration. What about the small scale MNCs? They require cloud consultants as well, and especially if they are AWS certified, they might reach out to you to seek your valuable words of consultation to advise them on the right migration path, where you can able to offer your valuable consultation precisely pertaining to migration. So where you can get where you'll be paid a lot on a freelancer basis, and you can also earn a lot. And you can also work as a corporate trainer pertaining to AWS if you are certified by AWS. These are the other career outcomes or options available for you in the field of AWS cloud, which will be where our industry experts will be briefing you out upon completion of the program. And then we help you to build your resume. Because in IT, if you could see, recruiters will not take more than 2 minutes of their time to screen your CV, guys. Trust me. So it all completely depends on how crispy your CV is, what are skill sets you possess, what you can able to deliberately get into the enterprise place. So that really matters a lot. Focusing on that aspect, we help you to build your resume in a more and more crispy manner, and we also help you to build your complete professional story, your objective, short-term and long-term goals to expand your horizons in the field of cloud. So the things are very transparent and clear for the enterprises to hire you. And we also help you to build your LinkedIn profile. So we help you to build your LinkedIn profile also in a much more meaty manner. See, today, as I said you before in the beginning of the session, the job market is not conventional as before. So it's completely more target specific too. So that is why we focus a lot on building your LinkedIn profile a lot. So because your profile, LinkedIn profile is a mirror of yourself. Okay, so that we help you to improvise your profile views. We also tell you how you should be making your LinkedIn profile highly worthy enough to get the maximum attention. Okay, and we also help you to how you should make the right prospectful connections, okay, in LinkedIn, so that your profile visibility increases, okay, and your profile charisma also increases a lot. And then we share you some frequently asked interview questions, and we exclusively give you the Intellipaat job portal access customized for cloud, and where you can start applying for jobs at free of cost upon completion of the 80% of the course. While you're upskilling itself, you can start applying for jobs so that you can have some interview calls while you complete the program. This is a basic ideology over there, right? And as whatever I said, which will be mentioned over here, and we also help you in the mock interview preparation, one-on-one career mentoring sessions as well, and profile building, career-oriented sessions. Whatever I said, it will be always there for you guys, right? And adding to it, and be upfront commitment, we offer you guaranteed 2 to 3 interview calls, and these are some of the companies where our learners are working, right? You can also be able to see that, and I'm also more glad to see show you the detailed clients list also, which you can go with. You can see intellipaat.com/clients. You can see our detailed clients list, global clients list, where we have expanded our horizons, okay, in a much more large scale manner. All right, Ericsson, Cisco, Genpact, Happiest Minds, TCS, Tata Communications, Saint Gobain, okay, and Intuit, Courseware, Exilent, ST Logic, Stellum, Sony, LSI, Sum Total, iHealth, etc. Okay, including Franklin Templeton Investments, NetApp, Amdocs, United Healthcare. So it's completely a list of bunch of companies, and along with it, we also have exclusive 400 plus hiring partners too. And one more thing which I wanted to clarify, or which I wanted to show you, is all about the successful career transitions what our learners have encountered, right, on taking up this program. You can see successful career transitions over here. You can see non-tech to tech profile, Mr. Heron Wilson. Okay, where he was before, he was just a process associated in a non-tech background. Taking up this course, he became an IT associate in cloud. Where he was with Genpact before, now he is working in Locus. You can see his video testimonials. And adding to it, next profile, you can see Anil Sharma from a non-tech to cloud architect. He was a customer service associate with Amazon. Taking up AWS or taking up this course, he became as a cloud architect associate. You can see his profile and LinkedIn testimonials. A non-tech to a Devops engineer, Mr. Nathan. And you can also see Mr. Krishna Mohan from the software engineer to a consultant engineer in AWS. And he has received 100% salary hike and a new job. All right. So, and adding to it, Mr. Henil, okay, who was an IT engineer, who was a fresher, took the program and got placed as an IT engineer in Accenture, right? And system admin to a DevOps engineer. So there are successful 500 or million plus career transitions where we have helped. All right, okay, and that is what you can also see the completely in terms of the career transition handbooks, okay, and also in terms of the average salary hike, what our learners have gotten before, what is the maximum salary that you can focus in this technology in the upcoming futuristic approach. All right, everything you've been able to see it over here. And for your trust, you can also see about the reviews tab. Okay, you can also see the LinkedIn testimonials of the various professionals with their authentic videos, what they have recorded for us. Right, so this is all about the program, guys. So now any doubts, guys, so that I can any doubts, please? All right, okay, fine. So code lab facility will get, or any lab facilities from Intellipaat we get. All right, okay, Shashi, with reference to your question, AWS free tier account, which is always mandate, which will be there for you, okay, and which will be helpful for you to fix it up, and we can work on it. in case of in terms of if that is getting expired or anything, Intellipaat tech support team can able to help you out with the multiple options in order to extend the subscription for you. Nothing to worry. Right? Fine, Shashi. And what about for DevOps? Samba, with reference to DevOps, if you could see, DevOps is a practical approach which is used in all the projects. But precisely, cloud and DevOps goes hand in hand precisely. At the end of the day, in all the cloud projects, there's a necessity for DevOps. And irrespective of DevOps, if you could see, at the end of the day, after segmenting and implementing, or what's in terms of things, in terms of cloud, you need a proper DevOps approach, okay, in order to ensure that things are being followed on time. So DevOps acts as a vital bridge in between the development team as well as operations team deciding the project goals, right? So AWS DevOps and this combo of comprising of cloud and DevOps, which will be much more better manner, will be an additive topic. And this program comprises of cloud, complete DevOps architecture and deployment of DevOps on AWS cloud, which will be molding you as an authentic architect. Yes. All right. Okay. And next question is, all right. Yes. Okay. Yes. Next is fine. So what is the price for a bringer in AWS who is a developer? All right. All right. So if at all, Samuel, which I'll be answering about your pricing in the next couple of minutes, okay, which you can see it. And would you and Almas, would you help us create AWS account? Yes, Almas, for sure. Post your enrollment or in the live session itself, the expertise team will be helping you to create your free AWS cloud account. Harshita. Is there any programming language included in AWS Solution Architect course? Yes, that's what, as I said before, we teach you on Linux first, okay, to get some scripting concepts well versed with for initially 2 weekends or 3 weekends. Then we'll deep dive into AWS Solution Architect precisely. Yeah, that we do it. All right. Okay. So any other questions, guys, which you can post it over here? What makes a difference between the master and the course DevOps? All right. Okay, see the master, if you could see, master is completely, you'll be an expertise and mastering yourself in a single technology, okay, which will be an expertise. All right, and adding to it, DevOps is a completely a separate category. DevOps is a subset of the masters. So on briefing about you, if you could see, okay, in this program itself, I'm telling you, when I say AWS masters, okay, DevOps is inbuilt in it, okay, and you'll also be cloud knowledge without DevOps is always incomplete. That's the current market scenario today. That's why we have incorporated DevOps in this program for you, where learner can completely make their hands completely dirty enough in terms of all the cloud technologies and learning about DevOps tools from the scratch, including software deployment and everything. And then they'll also be learning to deploy DevOps on AWS cloud as per the end user requirements. Precisely. That is what is called as the AWS DevOps. Precisely. So adding to it, DevOps is completely a mandate for any professional who is in the IT industry. But when you have a goal of expanding your horizons in cloud, obviously learning DevOps is not going to be wasted. For sure, it's going to be an additive topic. You need not even have a second thought on it. Yeah. All right. Okay. So next, the question what I get is fees. Okay. Rao, fees for this AWS complete course. Yes. Yes. Yes, I'm more glad to tell you about the fees now. Okay, yeah. So before that, guys, before enclosing the fees, okay. So my name is Satish. I'm the senior mentor. Okay, I hold more than a decade and a year of experience in education consulting, and I'm one of the senior most mentor with Intellipaat. And adding to it, if any queries or concerns, or if you need any counseling, one-on-one counseling, you're more glad to reach out to me on my contact info. This is my contact info. All right. I have mentioned my WhatsApp number, my mobile number 9600540121, and my email ID satish@Intellipaat official mail, where you can email it to me, or you can also directly reach out to my personal mobile 9600540121, and also with my WhatsApp number also. All right, you can always reach out to me even after this session. Okay, let me just take you through the fee structure. All right, okay. So fee structure is, okay, let's go with AWS Solution Architect, which is a primary level course. AWS Solution Architect, the program fee comes to INR 22,743 plus 18% GST, which ideally comes to INR 26,843. All right. Okay, for this program, AWS Solution Architect, exclusively for the participants, okay, who are attending the sessions. Okay, who are attending the sessions now, only for these exclusive participants, we offer currently flat 40% off I have 3 coupons with me. 3 coupons tonight is a validity. Before 12, if anyone wants to make use of it, they can directly reach out to me at 40% off. Right? Okay. And if a learner wants to go ahead with AWS Masters, program fee comes to INR 55,005 plus 18% GST, which comes to INR 64,905. All right. And for this program, currently, as a webinar participant, for all the webinar participants, we would be giving you flat 30%, which we have. I have 5 coupons with me tonight. Only for tonight is the validity, which you can make use of it, because in the website you can just see only 10% off, which is as per the tech entity and as per the protocols which you are bound to abide. But exclusively for the webinar participants, you are more glad to avail this, where you can directly reach out to me over a WhatsApp after this session, and where you are entitled to get flat 30% off precisely. All right. And after 40% off, okay, which you can make use of it, or 30% off, okay, or if you need any career guidance, okay, or on choosing the right options or right career growth, or any concerns in terms of the technologies what to be chosen depending upon your goals, or if you have any other goals in your life pertaining to IT technology where you're widely confused on how cloud and DevOps might play a wider role, or if you're looking out for something in a very most different technology which you need my guidance, you're more glad to reach out to me, guys. All right. All right. So this is the thing, guys. This is the thing which I wanted to convey. I hope I haven't bored you. I haven't taken much of your time. I hope my sessions and discussions would have been insightful. And before winding up, I just wanted to clarify a few people's queries over here. All right. When Linux comes into the picture, yes, Samba. Okay, I'm more glad to guide you. Linux will be the first session for you. Okay, once you enroll for AWS Solution Architect or AWS Certification Masters, first of all, we teach you Linux for initial 3 weekends to 4 weekends to get you some hands-on wise. You're very well versed with some scripting concepts initially, and then we deep dive into the AWS concepts step by step. I hope this would have been answered your queries. This answers your queries, Samba. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys. Any other queries so that I can able to resolve it for you, please? Any other queries or clarifications? You are more glad to reach out to me after this session. Also, if there is any queries, so that you can also reach out to me. Yeah. Can you send the webinar folks the coupons? No, extremely sorry, sir. We have only limited coupons. Okay, 5 coupons. It completely works on first come first serve basis, Rao. You have to reach out to me directly with my contact info provided, and I'll also post a contact info once again for your reference, which you can make use of it. I'm posting that in the chat. All right. And my contact info for everyone's reference, guys. If you are interested, please don't hesitate to reach out to me before tonight. Yeah, this is my contact info. Yeah, I have posted it, and you can directly reach out to me mobile, or you can also directly ping me in WhatsApp, where I will be available. We can have a discussion. I can resolve all your queries, concerns, and everything, which we will discuss on it. So any other questions from anyone? Yeah, email us. Yes, Rao, as I said before, these are the most prestigious and comprehensive programs in collaboration with the tech entities. So we have scholarships or the discounts only on a selective basis, and it completely works on first come first serve basis. And we can also be, we can't be biased to any of our participants or learners. So any learners who are quite interested to avail it, they can reach out to me directly if you are interested, and I can also resolve the queries or concerns also. Right. So that is the thing. Yeah. Fine, Rao. I hope I have answered your query. Yeah. Guys, any other questions or queries? I'm more eager to answer it. Please post it over here. Please take your time. Yeah, already it's getting time. It's almost 9:45 p.m. If anyone has any queries, they can post it over here. I'll wait for 2 or 3 more minutes. You can just post it. Any other queries, guys, or any clarifications or any questions? Any questions, guys? Any questions, guys, which you wanted me to answer or address, or any queries? All right, I hope I have answered everyone's queries and clarifications. It was pleasure meeting you all. Have a wonderful evening and good night. And if any queries, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, guys. Okay. Thanks a lot for your valuable time, guys. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.